Andries was born on the 26th of May 1991 at Krugersdorp Hospital at 8:10 in the evening. From his very first breath, he was a mummy's boy and wanted all the attention he could get. He even stole the show of his sister's christening at the age of 2.
Andries had one incredible sport journey, on the field and off the field. Even if it was watching rugby, sport was his passion.
When he started primary school at Laerskool Rustenburg, sport was no attraction. He was just focused on his schoolwork. Those who know Andries will find this hard to believe, as Andries only did schoolwork because he had to. Grade 3 came and his passion for playing a sport was born. He learned to play in a team and started with rugby and athletics. He played under 12 Stellenland Bokkie Week, under 13 for the Leopards Craven Week. He was talented on the rugby field, ran for SA Athletics and the Leopards Athletics team.
Andries went on to get a bursary for rugby at Hoërskool Monument, known as Monas. Excelling in rugby, he was chosen repeatedly for the Lions Craven Week team. He continued to do athletics. He didn't just excel in sport these years of his life, he embraced the inner naughty self, often falling through the roof of the Koshuis or breaking the door down to get a stolen kiss from his girlfriend. Andries then moved on to play Varsity Cup for UJ, chosen for the under-21s Lion squad, 7s for UJ, and ended his sport career on a high note by being chosen for the Blitzbokke 7s camp.
Mine and Andries' journey started from standard 6. The moment he saw me, he said to his mom he was going to marry me. I must have known that too, as I introduced him to my mom, a then freckled-faced teenager with a hairstyle that was a replica of Table Mountain. It was love. We were each other's firsts of everything. We are each other's soulmates. We share a bond and spiritual connection like nothing else I know. 12 years later, he asked me to be his wife on the 15th of July 2016, and without any hesitation, I said yes to my one and only. A year later, we married at a Scurry Game Lodge. A day of where our love shown for each other was shown to others. I've always been attracted to Andries' traits, a man that never shied away from showing his true feelings and emotions. Andries has always been there. He has been my rock through all trials and has always known how to keep me level-headed.
Tams in my lief, ek wil net vir jou sê, dankie vir alles wat jy vir my doen en dankie dat jy ja gesê het vir my en dat jy my vrou gaan word. Tams in Makita Oosthuizen. As jy nou by my is, die gevoel wat ek kry, ek kan dit nie beskryf nie. As ek vir jou kyk, ek smile en my oë smile en al smile, want my hart is bly vir die liefde wat jy vir my gee en ook almal om jou. En dit is hoekom ek lief is vir jou. Want ek trou met jou vir wie jy is, nie oor wie jy kan wees of gaan word nie. Ek trou met jou vir wie jy is en jy is perfek vir my. Ek is verskriklik lief vir jou, my engel, en dit sal nooit verander nie. En ek het dit geweet toe ek jou die heel eerste keer gesien het in Monna se koshuis en ek sal daai dag nooit vergeet nie. En hierso is dit nou, 12 jaar later en ek trou met die liefde van my lewe.
Andries was born to be a father, and God knew he had to make him one. Tamia was born, a true princess to Daddy's heart. Andries and Tamia's bond is a bond of a father and a daughter, an example of love to all little girls. A father is a daughter's first love, of which this is the case for Tamia. He needs her and she needs him. If she could give her papa a kiss, then you would hear it from the next room, "Papa kissy!" They would run around the entire house laughing. When Andries started to get sick and was not feeling well at all, he still made effort to dance with her, bath her, read Bible, and pray with her. He never once stopped being a dad to her. She misses her liefie more and more each day.
Hallo papa. Ek liefjes vir jou. Ek papa kissie.
Late November 2020, Andries fell sick with pneumonia and also suffered from severe heartburn. He was booked into Wilgevel Hospital on the 7th of December for doctors to investigate the cause and later released. Andries was not one to pretend to be sick or seek sympathy. On the 17th of December, he drove himself to Ventilated Hospital, even reverse parking his car in the parking lot, and walked himself to the casualty ward as he struggled to breathe after coughing. Andries often told his wife how scared and lonely he was. COVID rules only allowed for one visitor for half an hour per day. He was diagnosed with bronchial spasms. On the 19th of December, the doctors had to ventilate him due to the low oxygen supply. His bronchospasms were so severe, finally on the 26th of December, they were broken. The doctors cannot pinpoint the exact day that Andries' life changed, but they believe that on the third day ventilated, he suffered from a seizure. This in turn caused a lack of blood supply to his brain. He is in the category of having a hypoxia brain injury. Andries has brain damage in his left and right frontal lobes. His communication and decision-making have been severely compromised.
Due to Andries' original illness being his lungs, he suffers from ongoing infections in his lungs. He was transported early February 2021 to a step-down facility, of which he did not even stay for a full 24 hours due to a mucus plug which caused his left lung to collapse. He was transported back to high care. By God's grace and mercy, Andries overcame death twice and moved once again to step-down facility late March 2021 and has been there since. Andries has severe spasticity in all sections of his limbs. He has since been removed off the ventilator and still needs to receive oxygen through his tracheostomy. The prognosis of Andries' condition is minimal. The assumption is that his functionality will not come back. However, the therapists are determined to make him the best version of himself. Being a sportsman and his age are all in his favor. We serve a God of healing and a God of miracles, and we proclaim life and living over Andries' life. Amen.
The reason for us asking for assistance is due to the medical aid assessing Andries' improvement on a weekly basis. If there is no improvement, then Andries will be given a discharge date, of which he will have to be moved to a frail care, remain in a step down as a private patient, or come home with a 24-hour nurse, of which the medical aid will not cover.
Andries enjoyed socializing and having people over. He was often the life of the party. He will defend his friends and family with all that he has.
He is a book for sports in any situation. Any challenge you give him, he accepts with open arms.
He is a hard worker and always wanted to ensure his family is provided for.
Andries could tell a joke that would make you laugh that the tears start rolling down. His jokes are spoken about months and even years after they happened. He created memories and still continues to. Andries was and still is one of a kind, and his strength is inspiring and should be an inspiration to all.
So we ask, help us in order to help him get the quality of life that he deserves, to come back to the person he is deep inside.
By donating anything you can to his road to recovery.